IKEA, what the fuck?
Welcome to the Play Compile live stream.
Alright, so when I went into the app thing, you get this app for like troubleshooting and whatever else.
On Twitch, Canthea says, "Good morning."
Good morning. When I went into the app for the internet thing, it said it needed an update. It took ages. And now it's all restarted. I was on hold with the technical support, but I used to work in technical support, so I know for a fact they'd probably say, well, you know, has it been doing it since the update? And I'll be like, well, I don't know because it's still updating. And then they just say, okay, well, let us know if that hasn't fixed it. Because the first thing, you know, it's always one of these, okay, turn it off and back on again. Yeah, I've been doing that for 3 days. Make sure it's up to date. Well, I didn't realise it was an update. Why the hell do I have to manually update my internet? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. That is so stupid. Like, it's the internet. So, I used to be with Virgin. That used to just update itself, right? Like, out of hours. Apparently, this one, I've got to update it manually. I suppose, now that I know that, I could see advantages to that, right? Because, like, I guess if it updated at the worst possible time, maybe that could be bad. So you can maybe choose when it updates. But, like, I don't know, at the same time, like, that seems a bit weird. That I would have to manually update it like that. But anyway, whatever. So we'll see if that fixes the internet issues I've been having for 3 days. And hopefully it should be good now. Alright, so we were doing commissions. How are you, Canthea? Yeah, I've just been losing the stream for 3 days now. But it did say it wanted to update, so I don't know. I guess we'll see if that maybe could have caused that. It's kind of weird as well, because we also had building work done like a few days ago. And
Canthea asks, "Is that new girl worth pulling the blonde?"
I have no idea. I didn't get her. I did 30 pulls, but I haven't got her. I haven't got enough to get to the 50-50. I did trial her, and she was quite skippable, really. She's just pretty generic. I'll load into the trial so you can see. It's also weird because you know how the new characters have been getting the new trials. Where's my camera dead? Where's my camera? What the hell? Wait, what? The game's on top of my camera. Wait, what? Does that mean the game wants to be all the way back there then?
Canthea says, "No open world trail."
Wait, why the hell is Genshin rendering on top of my camera? Hang on a minute. I'm losing my camera here. What the fuck is happening? No, it's like the old school, Oh my god, what is happening today? Why is it drawing over the top of my camera? That makes no sense. Right, this is... I've never had this before. I've heard people say that Genshin, like, is weird with their stream, but I've never had this issue ever before. So why I would suddenly have this issue now, I don't understand. Because that's full screen, right? This is my desktop rendering underneath my camera. So why, when I go into Genshin, does Genshin draw over the top of everything else? That doesn't even make any sense. What the fuck is happening?
Canthea says, does it make sense why the old school when they have better option? Wow, your camera hidden
An
now.
important part of cooking is making sure the ingredients absorb the flavors in the dish. To that end, a chef must be able to wield a knife with the same level of precision as a surgeon.
I've never seen
Practice
anything
makes
like this.
perfect.
What the fuck is happening? It's like it's doing window capture, even though I'm not told OBS to do that on Genshin, and it's also fucking up my scene order.
Stream Elements says, Play Compile is now live. Streaming Genshin Impact. Paimon got an update.
Paimon sucks. She's fucking everything up. Oh my god,
Even
I
the most
genuinely don't know what
unassuming
the fuck is
ingredients can
happening.
produce astounding flavor. But unlocking that potential takes a keen sense of smell, a refined
Right, so it's
palate,
basically
and an open mind.
that's Miku, who is supposed to render over the top of me, but that's not Miku. So it's supposed to be doing Agent Miku. What the fuck is happening? Right now it's doing it. OBS is, oh my god, OBS just glitched the fuck out. I think that was OBS's fault. Okay, weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if Miku's probably working because my camera frame and everything is Miku. So okay, that should be fixed now. I don't know what the hell's going on
Canthea
there.
says, you're back to normal.
Yeah, looks like it. So what it was doing is it was,
Let me weave you a verse.
even though I'd set Miku, because Miku is set to a window capture, it was capturing Genshin as Miku, which renders over to everything else. Even though it was clearly set to Miku, because I checked it like 6 times.
Up to the freezer.
But then switching it off Miku and then back on seemed to fix it, so I don't know.
Commencing cleanup.
Witness the power of God.
Yeah, so she gets like an old,
Goose on the loose.
she gets an old trial for some reason.
A little amuse bouche.
Pair. Getting gear. Engaging.
But yeah, she just feels really old and I don't know. She feels like an older character, to be honest. So for me personally, she's an easy skip. But I mean, if I get her, then fair enough. But I'd rather have Skirk, I think. All right, we seem to be okay now.
Canthea says, seems like pure laziness. I heard she good with skirt.
Let's ride.
Oh, is she? Yeah, well, can't get both. They're doing another thing then, aren't they? Seat Lally and Norvega, fucking double whammy bullshit. I mean, they're not obviously on the same banner, but they're like back to back, aren't they? Alright, so internet's been updated. Hopefully that fixes the issues. OBS is fixed. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Because I reinstalled OBS to try and fix my internet issues. I thought maybe it was OBS. But that was just BS.
Canthea asks, you heard the drama going around with Black Beacom?
Oh yeah, they gave China much better rewards or something. And people weren't happy. Yeah, they haven't done a very good job of communicating with global and trying to at least pretend they're somewhat fair.
Huh? Who's this?
Alright, this commission is very far away. Should I teleport? Probably. Yeah, it's very far away. See, normally I like to traverse the open world. I much prefer to traverse the open world than sort of like teleport places. But they've made Natlan such a pain in the ass to get around because they want to try and sell you traversal mechanics.
Cynthia says, 10 premium pulls and 1 exclusive character 5-star selector for CN while saying to Global FU.
Yeah, I watched the drama on it. I didn't like it anyway. Like they had no PC freaking clients. They wouldn't let you use your own emulator. You had to use Google Play. Half the functions didn't even work in Google Play. So I tried to play it, but it was actually unplayable. So I just thought, oh, fuck this, I've got better things to do.
This is new. By my spark, the night burns! Lalin, East Papa, get him!
Don't mind if I do. Let's do this.
Show no mercy! Check this out!
Yeah, horribly mismanaged. It's always the same with these catch games. They make good products initially because they want to put you in, and then they just don't give a fuck. They just mismanage the fuck out of everything. We're seeing the same with Genshin, Infinity Nikki.
Cynthia says, they soft block you from Third Party Emulator.
Yeah, I know. I tried to use one. Yep, the anti-cheat just kicks you out. Because I tried to use a few different emulators and it just wouldn't let me. Because I needed, I wanted controller support because Google Play doesn't have any controller support. But it was Google Play or nothing. So I decided nothing. Yeah, absolute mismanagement. Just total mismanagement. It's just so dumb. So short-sighted. First of all, they should have had
all
the
they
Steam
needed to
client.
do was give the same rewards for this clear stupidness.
First of all, they should have a PC client ready for launch, and looking at you too, bloody Madoka. But at least Madoka's a good, you know, a good game. Oh yeah, I looked into Madoka this morning and it said it gave me 300 gems for clearing guild dailies, and I thought, what? We don't have guild dailies yet? So that was weird. And I checked and we still don't have guild dailies, but it gave me the reward for clearing guild dailies. So that was weird. I mean, free poll, so, you know, I'm not complaining. But I thought that was kind of weird. So I wondered if, like, maybe I'd done whatever it would have wanted me to do, but you just can't see it yet, and it rewarded me anyway. I don't know. Really weird. I don't know if it's done that any other day, if it has, I haven't noticed. But I noticed it this morning, and I thought, well, that's weird. Because we don't have guild dailies yet. It says coming soon or whatever, doesn't it? Yeah, very strange. I finally got my, what's she called? My hammer girl. I forgot her name. I got her caught up to everybody else's level, so I'm gonna be super annoying in PvP now. Because she's kind of broken in PvP.
Add Astra.
Alright, commission
Thank you for completing
rewards.
today. Add Astra.
Do expedition. Okay, so far it does seem better, the internet, but I don't know, because like it was fine for like a couple of hours before and then it would just fall over and die. So I don't know, I guess I'll know over the next couple of days, I guess. Wait, is that a banner advert in the map? Is that actually a banner advert in the map? Oh, okay, it's the story quest. I was going to say, that would be a bit much. That would be a bit much. I mean, it is kind of a bit like a banner advert though, isn't it really? But I suppose at least it's not linking you to the banner. Okay, so what do we do now? So we've got a new Archon quest over in Mondstadt. Am I fully crafted up? What is going on with my fucking controller? Are you seeing this fucking stick drift that I've got? It's constantly pointing me right. This controller's not even that old.
Canthea says, I saw more detail of that outfit in Infinity Nikki that makes you fly. People were just picking it up for easy of uses for quests, and it was wrong of them to nerf it when they have so many other bugs.
Oh yeah. Genshin did a similar thing when Kogami first released. You could like make a walk on water forever, and the game had tons of other bugs. And then they like super quickly fixed that one and left all the other ones. They all bloody do it. About to enter story mode. Okay, finally, so it doesn't auto start quests now. Jesus, it only took them 4.5 years.
Wow!
Wow.
It's all decked out!
Wow, the same decorations we had from the first Windbloom Festival.
Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go. See now, all I can think of when Paimon talks is the voice actress crashing out on a toilet. Greetings, Play Compile.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time
97
of
says,
year.
some Geishan
But-
impact.
That's right.
But...
Feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
We've seen it all before. What are you talking about? These are the exact same decorations we had in like 1.0.
I pulled, got nothing. Alt plus F4 feet D.
It's finally Windbloom.
Pulled in what, this?
And here I am ruining everything.
I didn't think you played this.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Ah, he's got some game. He's got some game.
Canthea says,
Stargazing?
people just want
Like we'll
refund in
find a
Pairmos
spot.
for what they spent for that
You know
outfit and
people
have them
start
remove it
reserving
from their
places on
account.
Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just
Yeah, a lot of people are requesting
not in the
refunds
mood.
now.
I should
Understandably.
go.
Yeah, the whole Infinity Nikki is on fire right now. They really need to do something about it.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
She's over him.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
You.
What is it? Is there something wrong?
I fucked your brother.
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn,
Mirrorcops 97 says, just wanted to see
think
what's
we
up.
should stop
Probably
seeing each
not
other
gonna
for
long
now.
on Genshin until next patch to do the same shit lol.
Oh, I'll give it a chance. To be fair, I always enjoy Genshin's content. It's just there's not enough of it, and the game's mismanaged to hell and back at this point.
Canthea says, people are saying the devs left that bug for over a week to increase sales of that outfit and ninja nerf it without notice.
It's just something you can never really prove, though, isn't it? Yeah, I mean that's one theory. Whether that's true or not, they shouldn't. Like, you can't do that with like paid items, right? Because if people are buying it for that reason, then and you nerf it, then it's like false advertising. They do all kinds of dodgy stuff. They have these fake sales as well in the shop, and that's illegal in EU and stuff like that. So they're going to end up in massive hot water if they don't sort things out. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that's true though, because the game is on fire in absolutely everywhere right now, and the patch released right at the start of a Chinese like holiday, so everybody was off for this like Chinese holiday for a few days. So to say they left it for a week just to drive up sales is a difficult thing to prove. To be fair, you know, there was a Chinese holiday and the rest of the game is on fire. More likely that, you know, it took them a week to figure it out because they've been so busy putting other fires out. But yeah, that's an argument you can say, is that, you know, people have had a week to, you know, make their decision on whether they wanted to spend money on that item or not. And if they thought that was, because they're not clear about what's bugs and what's not. I mean, adding the socks to the dress at the last minute, like just to bump up pity, like that's gross as well. It's just, they need to fucking sort it out.
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
You really want to be friend zoned?
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best love,
Miracops97
stories
says,
is already
get
over.
unfriend zoned bozo.
Yeah, well, maybe he got what he asked for, right? He wanted to be best friends, and now she's just friend zoned him, and she's like, yeah, alright, bye, I've got other guys to sleep with now. Have fun, bye. I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks. Or maybe she's just kinky. Maybe she's just too kinky for him now, you know? He refuses to put the gimp mask on. He won't get the whip out the closet. She's like, oh, I'm done with this guy. I need someone who's gonna, you know, make things exciting.
So,
Clothes do be like
is
that.
this what you meant by
SMH.
unusual, Catherine?
Cynthia says,
This is just
they
one
clearly
example.
added extra outfit pieces on
Beatrice
last
has
minutes
been
to
feeling
increase
down
sales,
for
but that
days.
also false advertising.
But that's not all.
Oh yeah, that's dodgy as fuck.
Oh,
Well, you can't even see the
the
socks under the
honorary
dress
knight
because
in
the dress is so
Paimon.
big. You have to look up Nikki's skirt to even see the socks. Then somebody caught some of the promo stuff for the dress. Somebody caught that there was a camera angle that showed up a dress as she flew off, and she didn't have any socks on. So they clearly added it at the last minute just to bump Pity up. And so they're being caught like red-handed, just being greedy little fuckers.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
But like that part doesn't bother me as much, and the bugs don't bother me as much because shit happens.
Cynthia
the part
says,
that bothers
that's so
me,
scummy.
oh yeah, the part that bothers me is the way they retcon the story, the way they just like, it's so weird.
Miracops97 says, as I like to say, ain't no benefit being a 304.
They went back, deleted everything that players have been playing for 5 months. Like, the entire story's changed now. Nikki's changed as a character. She's no longer just a normal girl. She's like a god now who destroys worlds. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't just change the story 5 months in and decide like, oh, everything all the players have done up to now is just meaningless. It's like, that's the biggest mistake they made, I think. Oh my god, it's just absolute shit show.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night
We talking to
standing
Paimon?
in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
He won't
Is
listen. He's pissed.
Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see?
What did you see?
Cynthia says, they basically said your 6 months of exploration and fusing was worthless never happened.
Yeah, like all the NPCs you met. Well, here's the thing. They make it sound like, I don't know how much was even meant to happen. They were also like, oh yeah, every NPC you've ever met. So everything you've done up to this point, that's all deleted now. It's all gone. But don't worry, there are alternative dimensions. You can just go back to another version of that town and then, you know, pick up where you left off. But it's like, yeah, but what? Now it just feels so fucking pointless and meaningless because you just know that whatever you do is just probably going to get destroyed. And you're just going to have to start all over again. It's like, what the fuck are they doing? They managed to make players not give a flying fuck about the story, even people who were enjoying the story. It's like, what are you doing? It's like they're actively trying to sabotage the game. It's so weird.
Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
Did you fart again, Paimon?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on Diluc, right?
That's what I thought too.
All the hoes are in
But
heat.
she seems to have changed her mind.
Oh yeah, I know what this is. They've got horny-itis. Oh, this could be a good patch actually. Ho ho! Let's go. Where's Nilu? I want to go see Nilu.
Is that Captain Kaya?
I want to see if she's affected.
Huh.
Now,
Now that
now's
I
our
look
chance.
at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Oh great! I got to do the voice. I'm flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear, but first, a question if you don't mind. Do you swallow? Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore.
Yeah, well, he is a bitch.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
Hate it when that happens.
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different
So
about
awkward.
you. I can't really explain it. It was
Yeah,
just
I normally I wake
a
up next to a
feeling.
man and then realize I'm straight, and I'm like, oh shit. I got confused again.
Cynthia says, also of them saying a bath tube when you don't have your house available. The other drama with the color change was easy on the dev test server, but on release every color cost money separately now.
Yeah, and every single... So, if you want to dye an outfit, that's like up to 11 pieces now. And you have to unlock the colour for each and every piece. So, you'd have to do 11 colour unlocks for one outfit. And, yeah, like you said, the currency is limited unless you want to swipe. So, that's another thing that needs to change. It's just gross. So, they've used... Because they set it up as well. It's another thing where they set up this dyeing workshop, right? And teased it right from the beginning of the game. And it had like a law reason for, like, you know, people who dye clothes, and instead they've just tacked it on the menu, so there's been no thought put into it, and everything's like pay to win as fuck. So it's like, yeah, let's use this dyeing system that people wanted as another quick cash grab, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's gone down well. Especially, they might have gotten away with it if they'd have not screwed everything else up maybe, but because they've already screwed everything else up, people are like, nope, I'm not doing this. I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see... I do need to see to some... I thought he said see to some butterflies. But I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave. He needs a shit.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Plek and Pile, Paimon, how have you been? All good, what about you? To answer that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at HQ. Parole jism. Why'd they have to release a quest with the word jism in it? We all know why. Alright, so where are we going? Oh, of course, Veresa doesn't work properly outside of that line. Because we don't have enough night soul energy. So she'll conveniently be redundant. Planned obsolescence. So she'll conveniently be obsolete in the next patch. Isn't that convenient? Very convenient.
Hurry up, Veresa!
Yes, this kind of shit that's just fucking... It just ruins the game. It does. It's just like...
Kaya, you found them.
It's just so obvious what they're doing. It's just gross. I mean, not about as Infinity Nikki, but it's the same kind of shit, isn't it? Yes, I managed to track them
Cynthia
down.
says, 2 new games going EOS soon.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa! Headquarters are packed! What's going on?
Packed. There's like 3 people here.
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me to have Nerd, Captain of the 2nd Company, Skiron, Captain of the 3rd Company, Eula, Captain of the 4th Company, and me, of course, Captain of the 9th Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
Too many captains spoil the ship.
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Jean!
Is Jean glued to that chair? I think she is. Blake and Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. So who's Jean hot for right now? There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of the Order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now, there was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
He's been suspended. Stealing Barbara's underwear. A keen observation, Plague and Pile. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
I told you, I just told you he stole Barbara's underwear. Jean, it's time. Understood. Plague and Pile, Paimon, come with me. The case of the missing G-string. Oh, it's very serious. Jeez, it's like an old witch trial. At least Fontaine, you know, like, looks social. I feel like we're a bunch of, like, 15th century witch hangers or something. Ku Klux Klan meeting. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm, no matter what you hear. I need to head on over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Basically, we've got to throw him in the river, and if he sinks, he's a witch. And if he floats... No, if he floats, he's a witch. We burn him at the stake. If he sinks, he's fine, but, you know, we just leave him. Now that everyone's gathered, let us begin. No one's going to miss Albedo anyway. I forgot he existed. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilda...
Cynthia says, they could have done voice acting here.
They're on strike? You joking on you? I, Jean Gunhilda, will oversee today's proceedings. Who the fuck's this? Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in case.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the Church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
He? The girliest girly boy I've ever seen in my life. The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? I've already told you. Certain aspects of this case are classified. I bet. Barbara didn't want anyone seeing that leopard print G-string of hers. It would reveal too much in more than one way. And it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now the captain of a logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Well, so Kaya's going to be Better Call Saul. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
I might do a cowboy voice for Kaya now then. Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Okay, it's probably his. Isn't he supposed to be like some homunculus or whatever the fuck? And like, I don't know, maybe it's like that time of the year where he needs a new body and he's like, you know, gotta dump the old one. Gotta renew the old rotting corpse.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, so is this what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business.
Business?
And when I came back,
night?
I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then
So not only is she turning tricks, she's stalking people.
The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
Oh my god!
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination. But I was terrified, thinking he might kill me too.
No!
Luckily, he didn't see me.
And now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. Oh, fucking hell. How many voices are missing? I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted the latest environmental report in the Dragonspire region. Considering the length of the text, he must have been a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned a joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless.
Oh, did someone find a banana?
A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
You said it wasn't fruitless. There's not a single piece of fruit there. I thought you meant you found a banana.
The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
Yes. Case dismissed. And yet no victim is being identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Maybe it was like one of those real dolls, you know? Maybe he was just his girlfriend. And, you know, he just didn't want anyone to find her, because it's embarrassing. Especially consider it looks like Jean. You know, so that maybe it was just his... No one's been reported missing. Looked like a body. He was hiding it. Yeah, it's probably just a doll. Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha. Hertha? What the fuck? Are we in Starrel? But I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have the duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed. Wait a minute, what? If dipshit saw him bury the body, we know where the body is, why haven't we looked to see who the body and what the body is? Like, wouldn't that be the first thing we would do?
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
It's another copy of Albedo's body, I guarantee it.
Wait, that's...
Diluc Ragvenir. Please tell the court what you saw.
At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male. Tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces. Tiny little pee-pee.
We now have accounts from two separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
Yep. I would only inquire as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not that the opposite. Not the most opportune time for a stroll, wouldn't you say?
Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just so happened to be in the right place at the right time with panties on my head. That's all.
Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
A box? And this is? What looks like teeth and femur of a human. Now it does beg the question. Wait, that's Diluc. Oh shit. This is a lot of work. What looks like teeth and femur of a human. Now does it beg the question if the burial was fresh? Why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
Wait a minute, if he destroyed the body with alchemy, why would he also need to bury it? Like, that makes no sense. Is he destroying bodies or is he burying bodies? Make your mind up. So that's your angle. Alchemy. Logical assessment. But we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long?
Mr. Krause was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. So he was checking her maths homework then. That's right. We were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Albedo would never kill someone. Hey, my sucrose is good. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep. I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount, not universal or Columbia. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know. Claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention or motive of what exactly method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Go on. So I don't have to. A correspondence. Oh no! That envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement? Sounds like my honeymoon.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation, and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than a passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what
Stream
our
Elements
principles
says,
demand.
thank you for
My
following.
original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims, and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Oh. Then we're in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. What? Just like that. We got no evidence. No motive. No proof. Guilty. You look guilty. Why? Because you look guilty and you're a creep. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one could believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to the headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Well, my first thoughts was...
Since ads are about to run on Twitch, how about I tell you a joke?
No, go on then.
What do you get when you cross a rabbit with a water hose? Hairspray.
I'm so sorry. This is serious, Miku, okay? You can't tell jokes in court. You probably can, but it's not really appropriate, is it? Okay, what was I saying? You lost my train of thought. My first thought, male body, right? Isn't Albedo like a homunculus or something? He's not really human. He was created, so maybe like his body has like an expiration on it or something, and like he just has to like, you know, get himself a new one every now and again, make a new one, right? He probably does it with alchemy, so then he has to like, I don't know, swap bodies, and he was just disposing of his old one. But I don't know. Wouldn't he have just told us by now? Then again, that's his secret though, isn't it? Like, he doesn't want people to know that he's synthetic or whatever. I don't know. Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? Exactly! But what? Following in Ryan and Dotta's footsteps, just because he's an alchemic creation, that would only make him more suspicious. Well, look what the cat dragged in. And it turned out for the worse, didn't it?
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time, and I happen to have a message to pass along. For us. Yes, you're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time's like the wind. It waits for no one. So, basically Rosaria's telling me to piss off. Sounds about right. Okay, I like this. We have like options if we want to continue or not. Yeah, sure. We're this far in now. Shadows Amidst Snowstorms review. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo who was conducting research there. Some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced. The ransacking and theft of alchemic notes at the campsite. Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave. But having no memory of the incident at the time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula. Upon being discovered, you were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. Oh shit, yeah, this was fucking ages ago. A running battle ensued. I forgot all about that. Ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated a giant mutant whopper flower posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Oh yeah, he does have a clone. Oh, maybe he killed his evil clone then. He's got like an evil clone. I don't know. It's something like that, isn't it? Okay, that's a very, very far. Oh, Star Snatch Cliff. Yeah, we can get there. I bet Marissa can get there in pretty quick time. I can outrun you, Nora. What? Okay, if we get Farina out, we can just run across the water. Yeah, I'm not liking... I really don't like this planned obsolescence in characters. Like, oh, Varessa's not going to be as good outside of Natlan, and none of the other Natlan characters will be. Yeah, it's just bullshit. It ruins the whole gacha part of the game, right? Because you're gonna want, well, I think you're gonna want to play your favorite characters, right? So
I'm never going back to Inazuma. Not for a million more.
So if they're gonna make these characters somewhat redundant when you get to the next area, because oh, you need the magical battery charge from that area to force you to pull new characters, well then now it's like, I don't know, now it ruins the whole gacha element of the game, right? Because you just gotta want to build teams with your favorite characters in.
I knew you'd miss.
You're not allowed to have favorite characters unless they're the latest ones. it's just kind of bullshit. Oh shit! I thought I pressed it in time, but I guess not. Ah!
Strike a pose.
There we go. See, I'd rather surf there with Milani, but she barely surfs outside of Natlan. But at least Farina works as good everywhere as she does in Fontaine. And so yeah, it's just ruining the newest characters. I genuinely think this is the kind of mismanagement that I'm talking about, right? I genuinely think players are just going to get fed up at a certain point and they're just going to say, fuck this game. Because it just keeps pulling sneakier and sneakier,
Running late again.
more and more anti-consumer practices like this. And at a certain point, players will just say, oh, fuck this. Yeah, these characters like barely work outside of Natlan. And because the game didn't start out that way, right? Like, revisiting Mondstadt... See, I was kind of hyped to revisit Mondstadt, but now it just kind of reminds me how much bullshit they've put in the game since Mondstadt. Because coming back to Mondstadt with these newer characters, you realise how limited these new characters are outside of Natlan. And then you realise, well, it's not like I can just get a Mondstadt team together. Because the game wasn't designed like that originally, right? It's not like I can just get Jean and Clea or whatever and then suddenly I'm super powerful in Mondstadt. Because this is bullshit they only started adding since Natlan. And so I think that just kind of draws more attention to like how full of shit these new tactics are to try and get us to pull new characters. It just feels scummy, it just ruins it. Ah, play compile Paimon. I could hear your arrival up on the wind. What were you looking? Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
I don't know, Pinky. I'm gonna call him Pinky.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia,
Oh,
Deacon of the
absolutely you are.
Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
Oh, absolutely, I'll forget. You're not worth remembering. So, you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat.
I was about to say, what, you think Venti can't speak for himself? But then I realised, actually, Venti can't speak for himself because Venti's voice actress is not allowed to work right now.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate with in their formal settings, and no one does better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Ah, well, I knew from the moment Ryan Daughter and Alice brought Alberto to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slag off the Kreitz Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Alberto's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venny? Me? Well, I know that Albedo's a synthetic being, and a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Vendy and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
Bit into the gossip, are we? When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who would set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the centre of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have to help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold!
Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
Wait a minute, I'm starting to feel like Venti has Klee as his personal slave to just make all of his gadgets for him. Because it's funny how they're all Klee themed. And we know he's too lazy and drunk to do it himself. Child labour, Venti? We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Also, he just nicked it off her then. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out, and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I can ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. Alright, where are we going now? Return to special story mode. Actually, Seat Lolly's the one to fly, really. Fly high in the sky. I see a slime. Mondstadt's actually a lot emptier than I realised. I guess when it was full of chests, it probably looked like it had a lot more going on. We're probably going to need Farina to get over that lake. Gotta be a mint picker. Gotta pick that mint! If I don't do it, no one else will. Envy's bags are probably full. Alright, where are we going? Through the trees. Yeah, Mondstadt kind of looks kind of like a ghost town now.
Shower me with praise. Time to roll.
Alright, where are we going? For the breadcrumbs.
Time to roll. Hurry up, Brassa.
So we're going to see Clee then. Wait, what? I am at the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. You can't go up. Wait, was this a... Wait, what? You couldn't go up here before, right? This is new? I swear you couldn't go up here before. This was blocked off. Because this was like the only invisible wall in the entire game, because I thought it was quite funny. Am I tripping right now? I swear you couldn't do that. Because I remember the invisible wall being at the stairs, which I thought was really weird. Wait, there's another floor. Or maybe it's this one. I'm sure it was down there. So now they've just got an invisible wall here instead. Alright, where is it? Where does it actually want me to go then? On top of the building? I was going to interact with that. I was just in here. I know you must all be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Is your microwave chicken ready? Play compile, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favour to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal. I'll do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating this case. Investigate the case. Do I look like Detective Pikachu? I mean, I've got yellow hair, I guess. Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? Are you sure? We're just adventurers, after all. No, we'd like you to launch an investigation of your own. I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help in this case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. I'll look into the case on my own. I know you'll get to the bottom of this play compile. The rest of us are too lazy to do anything about it. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. And we'll have his head on a pike. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you. So that's why the second floor is now magically unlocked. And it's full of alchemy shit. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I swear the invisible wall was here. So I wonder, so maybe another 4 years from now, right? Another 4 years from now when we might be able to go up here. Maybe like Clee's bedroom's up there or something. Although I think Clee's bedroom's basically the isolation chamber, isn't it?
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright, I have some work of my own to do, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck!
Right back at ya.
So he's gone to the pub then. He's got some bottles of rum with his name on it. Investigate the desk.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Alright, let's read his diary. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. But there is a picture of Sucrose in a bikini that he's drawn. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemic symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Alright, what else we got? Investigate the lockbox on the desk. A lockbox sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked most of the time. But now the lid remains wide open as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Wow, we're making a lot of assumptions. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining contents shouldn't hold too much weight. Well, it is only paper, it doesn't weigh much. As conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letters read, "In addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane formation required for human transmutation." He was trying to make himself a girlfriend. The formations in these records likely originate from the Canrian art of Chemia. But relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I have enclosed the records with this letter. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to our own and whose only job is to finger your bumhole. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist with the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The signature belongs to an unfamiliar name, one that also appears on an alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn that the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. The person is likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle. Someone who owed Albedo a favour, but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research.
Transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that?
The proof's right here, Paimon.
Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
Well, it's our job, so we're gonna have to. It doesn't look good, but this letter can't directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Alright, what else we got? Investigate the test tube. There's a test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to construct a stable structure.
Nope. No idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
Paimon, it's just chalk. It's not that complicated. Paimon. Alright, is there anything else? Did we get everything? I don't see anything else. Oh, wait. Research notes. Albedo's notes lie on the table. They resemble the ones you've seen before, but the contents are different this time. As always, the penmanship is impeccable. Why are we so obsessed with his handwriting? Oh my god, that handwriting's so good. It's like we're jealous or something. Careful and neat with certain elegance and its uniformity. Whatever. Much like the man himself. Oh my god. Are we simping hard, Lumine? Are we simping for this guy? One of the notes... Ooh, maybe she's into like criminals and murderers and stuff. She's one of those... I bet she's the type with like write serial killers letters in prison and stuff. I'm yours forever. One of the notes reads, putrefaction should be regarded as a counter-simulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient and destructive spell of rot. Lovely. Upon use, the target will decay within an extremely short period of time, turning into dust that is nearly invisible to the naked eye before dissipating into the air. I think that's everything. I don't see anything else. End investigation. It's still telling me to look there. We must have missed something.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
There's nothing else. I can't look at this. I looked. Oh, maybe the box itself is different. That's the same thing as before. Oh, god damn it! Now we're gonna click through all of this again.
Human transmutation.
Yes, I know. We saw this last time. I didn't know whether the box was empty now, and maybe we'd find something else. We looked underneath the book. Is that different? Is that changed? After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Well, that's what happens when you... Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. He's saying there's a secret compartment in there. Is that what you're saying? It sounds like there's a secret porno stash inside of Albedo's desk. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Alright, let's look at his technical porn. Investigate underneath the desk.
Wait.
Jesus
like
Christ,
there's a hidden
Lumine.
compartment under the desk.
My eyes! Fucking hell. I wasn't expecting that. Ugh. Whew. What? It looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk. Yeah, we just saw your hidden compartment as well. There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in somewhere. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Okay, investigate the paper. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemic experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
Who cares? It's just a name. The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scene, and a third appears to be in Dragonspine! Alright, let's go. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location. Let's go! Or at least, at very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location?
Yes, let's go.
Alright, that seems to be it for this place.
Alright.
We should go tell Jean what we found.
No, we're going to Dragonspine. What if Jean's in on it? Do 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 do.
Oh, Venti's calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help this case, huh?
You share what you learned with Venti.
Not promising. We should be grateful. Alberto's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Ryandaughters' creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Ryandaughters' approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness. And the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you.
I don't think the handwriting was faked, and the notes also sounded like him.
Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Alberto?
I don't know, but I want to.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
Really?
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts.
Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him?
Remaining objective has its own value, remember. None of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
He's stalking you, Paimon.
Oh.
I've seen the way he looks at you.
Sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems
Can't trust him.
important. We should check out the marked locations.
I intend to. Alright, let's go. I thought we were reporting to Jean. I mean, I'm glad we're not, because, like, you know, talking to Jean or digging up dead bodies, which one sounds more fun to you? Alright, off to Dragonspine.
Strike a pose. Hurry up, Grassa.
Ah! I get it, I get it, I get it. But I've got to get to the area first. No point showing me the map when I'm 630 meters away. Ah, you got no stamina. See, this is because you get drunk every night, Sweet Lolly. You know, maybe if you made sweet love to me every night instead of getting drunk, then, you know, you'd be able to get up this cliff. I'm just saying, you know, offers there.
I'm tired already.
Oh my god, all you do is complain. Ah!
Take me.
Oh, Sweet Lolly, my beloved, what the fuck? Shit, I'm so sorry. Can we bring her back to life? Oh, she's fine. Alright. Damn it. Okay, let's not get impatient. Are we there yet? What about now? Oh my god. Imagine if I was playing Wuthering Waves, I'd be able to just run up this cliff. Get up the cliff! Now! Up! Yeah, but Wuthering Waves.
Here to play with
It's not for me. Not my kind of thing.
Let's blow bubbles! Don't be nervous! Just relax!
Ah, know, I'm trying to make the objective marker show up, not the map. Alright, let's go.
Running late again.
Well, we don't have a deadline or anything. We should be alright. Oh, good. Another cliff. Didn't see that coming. Alright. This ain't too bad. I've seen worse cliffs. Looking at you, Natlan. By comparison, Mondstadt's kind of modest cliff structures.
I'm tired already.
Yeah, me too. We've got a job to do. Alright. Alright, 287.
Here I go!
Ooh! Okay, we're fine. Oh no, we've got the blistering cold out here, haven't we? Better get a move on.
Look at this stuff. It's so white. And so cold. Is it edible?
I mean, I did used to eat snow as a kid, to be fair. But don't eat it off the ground. You eat it, you catch it in your mouth. Get it fresh from the sky. Yeah, you can eat it. With your stomach, you'll be fine. I won't even worry about it. Right. But I still wouldn't eat it off the ground. And if it's don't eat it if it's yellow. Whatever you do. Do not eat it if it's or brown. Right.
Look out below!
Alright, we'll get some of this. We haven't had this in a while. Alright, what are we looking for? Quest area reach. Look for the area marked out by the map. Alright, let's look at the map. It's at the bottom of the white fluff. So south. Bottom of the white fluff, so it's kind of up here. Oh, I see it.
We should be getting close.
Carefully examine the ground.
Something seems off.
Wait, the blistering cold just stopped? Is it just because we're at the hole? Is this hole warm? Is this a warm hole? Is Albedo's warm hole? Alright. Let's go inside Albedo's warm hole. Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath. It's been around a bit. Large enough to fit a human body in! Holy shit. But the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this? Or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body.
Well, maybe that's better than a body with no hole.
The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies. But this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole? Or smooth out the ground like the other places?
No! This is a family-friendly show. If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? You return to the Knights of Fav, doubts swirling in your mind. Hi, Jean. We checked out Albedo's hold, nothing in it. You're back, did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turned out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favour. Plus, Asmongold will react to the trial, and then the whole thing's going to be like a fucking media circus, isn't it?
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I'll call Johnny Depp. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course. We'll will be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Oh, you'll palm it all off onto us, probably. It's him again. Oh, he's dodgy as fuck. Miles. What's he up to? What the fuck's going on here? Okay, let me think. Maybe Miles threatened Albedo to make him a life-size Paimon body for unspeakable reasons, and then Albedo had to do it, and then Miles wore it out and then said, "Here, bitch, you fucking dispose of this. I'm done with it now." And then Albedo got caught. That's really grim. That's the grimmest thing my mind's ever come up with. But, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility. He looks the type. Right, we're 2 days later. Seriously? Alright, we'll just stand in this hedge for 2 days outside of Mondstadt. Because apparently we have nothing better to do in the whole of Genshin Impact.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Is it?
Hurry up, Grassa!
Maybe I should have got Yanfei out then. Yanfei would have been better to do this trial with. Oh my god, it's that stupid marker again, isn't it? And then it's only going to teleport me in there. Like, okay, it's definitely... Okay, it's better than auto-starting quests. Yes. But why'd they put it here? It's better than auto-starting quests, though, because that... Jeez, I can't believe it took them 4.5 years to actually solve that. I guess progress is progress. Right, Jean. Ah, you two. Let me know when you're ready and we'll head out. It's all up to me. I decide. I'm the fate of everyone. I can say, yes, we'll start this trial right now. Or you know what? Paimon's hungry and wants a chicken burger. Give it 20 minutes. Let's just do it. Alright, follow me. Paimon's eaten enough chicken to last a lifetime. There is now a chicken shortage in all of Mondstadt. And Timmy's really upset. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as an assessor. Miss Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kaya, Better Call Kaya, speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order! Turn your phones off. Miss Hertha. Or is it Hertha? That's Hertha, isn't it? Miss Hertha, I have the investigators. Made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains.
Objection, Your Honor. They could have been false teeth. It might have just been Grandma dropped them on a picnic in Dragonspine. We don't know that they belong to the body.
In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time.
There's been missing people this whole time. We haven't even bothered to think about them until now. I suppose Jean's probably too busy.
Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T.
Who?
The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Alright, spill the tea, Rosaria. Spill it. Hanselman, male, 46 years old, marital status, single, occupation hunter, Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? Nobody noticed that he was gone, huh? Not a single person bothered to report it. Wow. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. DeLuke found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed?
But Hanselman was a hunter, right? Maybe he just got eaten by a bear. Why don't we check? Why don't we tear apart all the Hilichurls? Or the Hilichurl might have eaten him.
In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master DeLuke saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
So DeLuke was stalking Albedo. Donna was stalking DeLuke. Who was stalking Donna?
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master DeLuke.
Okay, but why did you leave with a pair of binoculars?
My sparkles.
Why did you leave with a butterfly net, a pair of binoculars? And why were you wearing seductive lingerie?
I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and
This is very sus.
then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body.
This is very sus, Donna.
I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master DeLuke in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation.
I think you need to let it go, Donna. I really do. I don't think DeLuke gives a fuck. I really don't. I don't even think DeLuke's... I don't know. DeLuke's probably more... Well, he runs around as Batman for one thing. He's probably looking for a Robin, not a Donna.
Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
Alright, Donna, but you gotta stop stalking men, alright? It's not healthy. It's gonna lead to misery. I see.
Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna.
The court likes to thank you for your courage and commitment to justice, but you really do need a restraining order.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The
What,
defendant
is he
is the
Jesse
most
Pinkman
accomplished
now?
alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
So what is Jesse Pinkman fucking melting bodies in the fucking... A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office. The most important of which is this map. Yeah, I went there. There was fuck all there. There was an empty hole. Doesn't mean shit. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Albedo, you're really not helping your case, you know. You just don't care. You just... Were you the one who marked these locations? Let me guess.
Yes. Yes.
Since ads are about to run on Twitch, how about I tell you a joke?
Wait, caught in sessions, caught on
Sometimes
pause,
I tuck my
caught on
knees into my
pause.
chest and lean forward. That's just how I roll.
I will hold you in contempt, Miku, if you interrupt this court again with such terrible jokes. You do realize that basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
Excuse me, Heather. Can we let the man speak? Because like he hasn't been doing enough to defend himself. So now he wants to finally open up, and you want to shut him down, dear? Huh? What I always have, I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Can we let the man speak, please? Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case, I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses, I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in the snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine, which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Blakenpile, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the third location on the map as well. Yep. Can you tell us what you found? A wormhole. You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
Why must it have been a body? That hole's not even big enough for a body anyway. You weren't even there. Shut the fuck up. What do you know? Oh, well, whenever there's a hole, there must be a body that was in that hole. What? That makes no sense. I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? Oh, I don't know the order of things. Let's see what the first location is. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Does it? The second marked location. The second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where Deluxe saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male and the human remains. Deluxe described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Deluxe found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Deluxe's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. Right, the human remains. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belong to Mondstadt citizen, and the witness account suggests that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones, and does that mean he's the killer? The third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow. There was now in it. Those teeth marks. It was warm. Alright, whatevs. Okay, so the only one that has... Wait, what? Trigger association. I don't know. I mean, the only association I can think of is the third marked hole and the human remains, in that they just weren't there, right? But there's no conclusive evidence. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, we got something new. The difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked 3 locations on the map found in a hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seem big enough. But unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't this case in the other locations? What if it's Klee? Hear me out, right? Albedo's like Klee's uncle or something, right? So he's often looking after her. They're related, right? And so Klee probably spends a lot of time in Dragonspine with Albedo. Now we know from one point, whatever, that Klee likes to bury things, right? She buried treasure at the Mr. Fuzzball. That's what she called him. Mr. Fuzzball stole off her, right? And there's still a fucking like hole in Mondstadt where she buried it. Could one of these holes just be Klee like burying treasure or something? Because that's what I'm reminded of with this. The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the 3rd location has been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole at the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Okay, Albedo's identity. Most people know Albedo is an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he's the Craze Prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold Rhindaughter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. Yeah, also, how is he related to Klee if he's a synthetic human? But I don't know. Maybe Alice has something to do with it. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. But up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. It depends, right? Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Dragonspine has a frigid climate. Wait, I just read all that, didn't I? Yeah. Encounters on Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait, a second, someone who looks exactly like him. Your Honor! Your Honor, there is a Albedo clone running around. We forgot to tell you 4.5 years ago, but yeah, we did see that once, and just forgot to mention it. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raised a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the 3rd location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the 3rd location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Blake and Pyle.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location. And the map was found in his notes.
It's meant to be innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. Fool.
That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
You're just a man-hater. He's not even a man, he's synthetic, so haha, joke's on you, bitch. Allow me to respond to Blake and Pyle's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. Hang on a minute, right? At this, I love how we're making such a big deal out of this dead body, right? We must have killed like hundreds of thousands of treasure hunters, hilly churls, fucking God knows what at this point. Like we would be like the fucking Genghis Khan times 1,000,000 at this point. And everyone's all got their knickers in a twist over this one dead, alleged dead body that nobody's confirmed yet. All the way out in Dragonspine. This is a witch hunt, Albedo. It's a witch hunt! His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead. They're trying to cancel you, Albedo, and buried the body on the mountain. The 3rd location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So someone who happens to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? I wonder if he's single. So I was right, it does come back to what happened then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me, but it was me or him, don't you understand? This place ain't big enough for 2 Albedos. You don't understand. I'm supposed to be an exclusive character. You can't just have clones of me walking around. What the fuck? Imagine how confused the players would be. But I never said that someone was a person.
I see, then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Who? Is this Alice?
Wait, you...
The person who just came in. Isn't that Hertha?
Ooh, what's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you too.
Ooh, sassy little... She's sassy Hertha. As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
No, Albedo's started his human cloning business. For a small fee, he can clone anybody you want and do anything you want with them.
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you.
Was a prototype.
All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Justice? Where's Farina's not even here? Order in the courts. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies, the Dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Duvalin, defeated Durin in battle, and with help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more vitalized by the day. My impostor on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine.
That's exactly what a homunculus would say.
So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
Well, Jean's just thinking, wait a minute. If I can clone myself, I won't need to spend as much money on anti-aging products. I could just clone myself and stay young forever. Haha. The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like her that I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
Let me take a wild guess. Inner thigh. Please present it to the court.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh? Oh,
Mr. Sus. Captain of the Sus.
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused?
He's a right little spy monger, that's what he is. He's a little eavesdropper hiding in the shadows. He's in plain sight, he doesn't give a fuck.
You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
That's convenient.
The scar is right here.
Ah, boring. Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or I should say all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability. A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will. Yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Was this Assassin's Creed?
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
What the fuck? Have we been taken over by Ubisoft or what? She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people
Jean.
under her control.
Jean, your guards have never fucking lifted a finger. You really think we can rely on them now? Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
Oh, that shit's getting crazy. It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk. But before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Secondly, the picture of Sucrose in a bikini in my research notes was actually drawn by Sucrose, not me. I just kept it because, you know, I didn't want to insult her. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of the plan. Most of the members of the Order were on it. As for the witnesses, Master DeLuke picked up on the situation long ago, before today's proceedings. Wow, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. Alright, what are we doing? Where are we going? Dragonspine? I want to go to Dragonspine and fight something. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck?
How are there monsters in the
I'm
city?
as surprised as you, Paimon. They're all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not, we've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so we made preparations for an inevitable battle. Look, mate, I was just, you know, I was drumming it up for drama and entertainment. It's a couple of hillchurls, mate, alright? I could take them out in one blow, don't worry about it. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first step?
What exactly would these guys do without me before I came here? The top of the city wall. What's Mona doing here? Is she voiced?
Master Jean, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Good. Our intel suggests that the monsters from Dragonspine could be disguised as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution. Right, Mona, I'm going to need you to strip off so we can check to make sure you're the real Mona. Alright? It's for the good of the city. Oh, and my divination revealed there are also regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters. Yes, and for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure to figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
So, I guess not then. No voice for Mona. Who's that? Alright, I should probably take care of these first then.
Captain Albedo, honorary knight, and your floating companion.
Some of the people around here are acting strange.
Maybe I should have brought Clee.
Be careful.
Maybe I should have brought Clee, actually.
Hurry up, Brassa!
You know what? Oh, I can't change teams. I have like the worst team for like prior slimes.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have managed that on our own.
No shit.
I hope everyone's all right. We really appreciate.
I don't want to break a nail. We're just gonna talk to Venti in the middle of a war.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please. Someone help me.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's gonna be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble. Haha! Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we're not here, you know. No, I don't believe it. Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monsters' mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated the doppelganger, Whopper Flower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed the Whopper Flower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried the body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence, but those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them till now. Finally, I surged to the surface and seized control. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. Well, why change the habit of a lifetime? We will use the power of Animo to restrain them for now, or can we use the power of friendship? That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right?